got into Radically Kind Gamers, which was really cool. Like that group, that was huge for us. That's how Jenny found us. That's how a lot of people found us. And then
I'm saying for our own.
And then yeah, eventually. And then we get to that breakup, and that was just like, I mean, first off, we didn't really know what we were doing in that group, right. But then like the breakup that ended up happening of Radically Kind Gamers was it was fast. It was
you talking about
it had a lot of context. It was honestly a dark time because I felt like I lost some people that I was starting to connect with. Like I felt like it was a lot of people that could understand me at a, you know, like with my ADHD and everything. Like it was starting to all kind of click and make sense. And then all of a sudden it was like, it was just gone. And, you know, here at Untapped Keg, you know, a lot of people left that group. We didn't. And we were pretty open about it. Like, we believe in second chances. We have to.
Absolutely.
We have to. And it's not just second, it's third, fourth, fifth, because we are living it. We're living our second chance. Yeah. Like,
I'm living my second chance for sure.
You don't go sober because everything is good, because you've done everything right. You go sober because you made a lot of mistakes and you were not a good person. And we've talked about not having to forgive yourself to get better in the future. We've talked about how our past doesn't define who we are now, but it is important for how we became who we are. So it was important to both of us that we allowed a space for people to grow. And if we would have just left and not allowed a space for people to grow, we'd have been hypocrites. And I understand you could say, well, there's different contexts and stuff like that. Like, you either give people a chance to grow or you don't. And you don't have to be there. You aren't signing up for that stress. You don't have to be there for the growth. But we are signing up for that stress. We are telling people, if you're struggling, if you did something that you can't get, like, hit us up and talk to us, and we will be vulnerable with you, because we are vulnerable. That's what we're signing up for. So that's why the group no longer exists, but that's why we didn't just outwardly leave that group, right?
Right.
But the verdict's still out on, you know, what's going on with the people involved there. But we chose to take that stress on, and I understand that not everybody did. So I don't hold anything against, honestly, anybody there. So
I'm glad you mentioned it though too, man, because again, guys, recapping Untapped Keg, everything, why we started it. RJ kind of nailed it right there, right? We talk about second chances. Obviously, we understand there's context with everything. There's obviously the context with what the mistake is, and obviously context with, you know, who the person is and if they truly want to grow or not. But in this context, this person wanted to grow, wanted to understand, wanted to learn, but unfortunately they weren't given the opportunity to. And us here at Untapped Keg, we always talk about it. Canceling somebody because of a mistake does what? They might still go on and continue that mistake with other groups, other folks, if you don't allow for them to have the opportunity to learn, grow, and understand what they said or what they have done was incorrect or was insensitive or what have you. So we just love the fact that we're going to continuously go down this path of letting folks know we're both living on our second chances, and you can too, right? It's honestly, that's just what it is. And so that's why we talk about our feelings. That's why we talk about what we're doing with our lives, we're so open and honest, because we just understand that this is an everlasting process of growth. And if you want to grow, you will grow. If you want to grow, you will grow. You will. Don't try to be the first person to grow. Don't look to your left or look to your right to see how fast they're growing or how slow you may be growing. Growth is growth. Just like we talk about with recovery. If you go 30 days and you relapse, those 30 days didn't go anywhere. If you go one day, right?
Those 30 days still count.
Those 24 hours still count. That hour still counts. Those 10 minutes still count. That's why we always talk about it, right? Don't get too trapped into counting your days of growth, because at the end of the day, any minute, any hour, it's all just part of the process and part of the growth. If you do relapse, if you do make a mistake, if you do say something that's insensitive, don't beat yourself up about it. Step back up to the plate, learn from it, grow from it. Understand that this process is going to have a few setbacks, and just continuously put your pants back on and get back to work.